Welcome to the Industry Insider, brought to you by PromoCorner. Each week, promotional product professionals Meg Erber, Jeff Franklin, and Stephen McFadden, along with special guests, will discuss industry news, trends, and events with a focus on educating the promotional products industry. The Industry Insider, the nerdy news you need to know.
Welcome to another edition of the Industry Insider, your promotional products podcast, where you can get all the nerdy news you need to know about. My name is Jeff Franklin. I'm the National Accounts Manager with Headwear USA, and I'm joined today by three other lovely folks. But as per usual, before we get to them, we got to tell you about our fine sponsor today, our good friends over at PromoShow.com. Look, summer's here, and Promo Show is showing everybody how to step outside in this month's theme show. Join us on Tuesday, June 28th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern Time to see all of your favorite great outdoor and apparel suppliers. Distributors can register by clicking on the Stepping Outdoors banner at promoshow.com, and suppliers can reach out to sales at Promo Show if they need any help reserving a booth. There's going to be education, entertainment, and giveaways throughout the day, so be sure to check it out on June 28th. Between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. Eastern. Distributors go to promoshow.com and click on the Stepping Outdoors banner to register. Suppliers, email sales at promocorner.com. If you're interested in getting a booth, promoshow.com, the entire industry virtually. Why don't we say hey to Meg Erber, Erber,
the Terminator Erber.
Hey, everybody. I am so excited. So much stuff happening. Have these really cool social media kits that just arrived today for Promotions East. So keep a lookout for that next week. And I'm actually speaking at Women's Leadership Conference next week, which is insane. Like, I'm a little nervous, but very excited. So if you haven't signed up yet, make sure you guys get on that. Lots of good stuff, lots of amazing speakers, and you get to see me. How about you, Jeff? How are you?
Oh, wow. There's somebody going to ask me. Normally that's Stephen because he's the only one that cares. But Meg, I appreciate the enthusiasm and the love today. I'm doing well, thank you. Speaking of Stephen, how are you doing? You look like you're remote today.
I am reporting live from San Diego.
Some of our special guests' favorite lines, I'm sure.
Yes.
We all filled in the blanks in our head after.
Yes. So, yes, we don't do a ton of trade shows, but when we do, they are full events. So I am here for hopefully one of our last ones that we're doing. And yeah, I mean, it's beautiful and the
yeah, luckily on the West Coast, It's early for you, so you can actually squeeze us in today.
Yes,
in the busy schedule. So thank you for that.
Sure. Oh, for sure. Looking forward to it. And I was going to ask you how you're doing, just so you know, just for the record. I was going to ask, but
I knew you were.
Meg stole it, so
yeah, fair enough.
I wasn't going to ask about any of you.
Also fair. Well, that other voice is Mandi Rudd, who needs no introduction, but why don't you give us one anyways, Mandi? It's always customary for us to give our special guests a good 3 to 4 minutes to introduce yourself. And for those that have been living under a rock or just haven't seen the other episode with our special guest, Mandi Rudd, why don't you tell us who you are and what you've been up to?
So, hi, thank you. Yes, Mandi Rudd. I am in Kansas City. I'm a distributor with Brand Energy Marketing, and I'm on the Promo Cares board. I'm part of PPA Midwest, our regional association, and I have 2 dogs who might bark in the background. I will apologize in advance if that happens. And I get voluntold a lot because I'm a serial volunteer. So, yeah, that's me.
As Meg nods.
We are. We find each other up for a lot of things because Mandi, it's like Team M&M, man. We're just an amazing team. Yeah,
exactly.
The Meg and Mandi show. Sounds professional.
It writes itself.
It does.
We get a lot done, and we do.
do.
And there are days where we embrace every type of technology in existence to communicate, whether it's FaceTiming during a webinar to Zooming and texting and phone calls, FaceTiming. We won't even talk about where we've been when we've FaceTimed with one another. So we're very close.
Very good. Very good.
That sounded really bad. I don't mean, that sounded really bad.
That'll be on the next episode of the Industry Insider.
Not only that, I called her last week to just get some advice, and I got life advice from Miss Rudd's mother. I was like on cloud nine. Like literally, it was the best day of my life.
Mama G. Yep.
Yeah, she's
I mean,
great.
do we want to share the life advice and
No.
Oh, come on now. I think we should dive right into that one.
Off camera.
But if anyone does need life advice, my mom, I do hire her out. So just send a message to, she's good.
She is.
Very good. I heard there's a kegger there every now and again too.
It's been known to happen. Yep.
All right, Mandy. Well, we're here to talk today about Big Slick and this huge ordeal over in Kansas City. And why don't you just fill us in on what Big Slick is, how it got started, and sort of what it's turned into, and what you guys have been able to do with that.
Yeah, and by the way, thank you very much for having me on. We are in the midst of Big Slick Week. It actually kicks off tomorrow. So
Wow.
This is sort of a crazy, frenetic week. So being able to just sort of relax and be able to chat about it is kind of a little bit of therapy amidst the chaos. So from a personal perspective, thank you. And then from everything that we can do to talk about this event and bring awareness, thank you for giving us that platform today. So Big Slick, it's actually a poker term, but is the name of our weekend-long event called Big Slick KC. And back in 2010, Rob Riggle reached out to my brother, Paul Rudd, and they in turn reached out to Jason Sudeikis and came up with the idea of let's do a fundraiser for this incredible pediatric hospital here in Kansas City called Children's Mercy. It's a nonprofit. They accept everyone regardless of their ability to pay. It's the only pediatric trauma hospital within 4 major cities within 4 states. So people come from all over for life-saving techniques and treatments, as well as just your basic, stomach flu in the ER kind of thing. But it really is this diamond in the rough, special place. So the reason these 3 guys came together is they're all sort of the hometown boys done good. They all left Kansas City to move on to the Hollywood scene, if you will. And we started this fundraising event. They would invite their friends, their proverbial coworkers, from musicians to other actors to performers, athletes, to join and participate in this event. Fast forward, we have Eric Stonestreet and David Keckner, both ties to Kansas City, as well as our 5 hosts. We call them the guys. So if you hear us referring to our guys, it's our 5 hosts, those guys. What's unique is that each of the guys have a family member in Kansas City who's either come and gone or stayed in Kansas City, and we sort of spearhead this massive group of volunteers to put on this event. And we're coming up. This is our 13th year. The last 2 years we've been virtual like the rest of the world. So this is our first time being in person since 2019. And the event raises money, like I said, for Children's Mercy Hospital. We have a celebrity softball game on the field at Royal Stadium. We're playing Oakland on Friday. And then we wrap it up on Saturday with a party show, sort of a variety show at our big arena here called T-Mobile Center. And we'll have about 5,000 people in the crowd. We have sponsorship opportunities, single ticket holder opportunities, just to really attend and be a part of it. It's really unique in that we have about 30 other celebrities that join our hosts that come in and they donate their time and their talent by volunteering. And one of the things, aside from the family connection, which is just unique in and of itself, we have this incredible committee of volunteers who are friends who've become family and have a connection to either our guys or our families. But none of us have a paycheck from this. We are a 100% volunteer organization. And to date, we've raised upwards of $13 million for the hospital.
Wow.
And all of the funds are going toward eradicating pediatric cancer. And the best part of the weekend, there's so many unique factors to it, but the best, most amazing, hands down part is that we get to go to the hospital and visit with these families and kids and sort of give their parents just this few-minute reprieve of the unimaginable world that they've been living in, because we visit the hematology and oncology floors and get to spend time with these kids and their families and really just kind of, they're the heroes. The kids are the celebrities. They're the stars. And the staff, the nurses, the physicians, the child life teams at the hospitals who give of themselves every day to these kids, they're the heroes that we like to celebrate. So for us, they are the true celebrities. So
that's amazing. No, it really is so amazing. And I know, and this is nothing to compare that, but when my niece was in that really bad car accident a couple of years and she was in a coma, she was at Nemours DuPont, and when she came out of it, the little things that really made a difference were the people that came in that didn't have to, that came in to see her, like what your friends and family do. So mean, she's not a cancer patient by any means. So, I mean, we can't really compare it. But like when you are at that level where like there's so little hope and then someone comes in and can just make your day a little bit better. I mean, it means so much to the kids. You actually shared a video yesterday. You're like, you need a tissue. No, she's a liar. You need a box of tissues. So I was watching that. Oh my God.
Yeah, we have some pretty amazing stories and some pretty amazing kids. And, you know, Meg and I, we've cried countless times over some of the projects that we've worked on just from a parenting standpoint and sort of sympathizing or empathizing with what people are going through. And a time has not happened that I've shared a big slick story or I've, you know, gone to the hospital for the patient visits that I've not had to duck away for a moment because it's emotional. And as a parent, you know, you can hopefully not sympathize, but can empathize with the heartbreak of a parent as they're watching their kids fighting for their lives. And, you know, it's really, really sweet in that, you know, the kids at the hospital, Big Slick Week, it's like Christmas week. None of them want to be discharged. They all want to be there when we come. I mean, what kid doesn't want to leave the hospital and go home? They don't want to leave because they want to be part of the Big Slick experience and get to meet some of our celebrities. And yeah, it's an amazing, happy place. So yeah, we're humbled and honored. And like I said, it's our favorite part of the whole weekend is we get to be there and celebrate these kids.
So Mandy, did you say it goes for, is it a 1-day thing? Is it a full week? Is it a month campaign or how's the timing of it work?
It takes us about 10 months to get it going, but it's really just a weekend long event because there's multiple events. This year, so we will kick things off. We do a press conference at the hospital, but the public facing event starts on Friday afternoon. So we have a celebrity softball game, starts at 5 o'clock Central, everything's Central time. It starts at 5 o'clock and our celebrities will take the field at Kauffman Stadium, which is where the Kansas City Royals play. And there's a couple of professional athletes, but really there's not a lot of athleticism. It's just a lot of chaos and fun, and it's really sweet. And so that takes place at 5 o'clock, and then the Kansas City Royals will take the field at 7 and play Oakland on Friday night. And so we participate in various things throughout the game on Friday or throughout the evening on Friday. Saturday morning, we get to spend more time with the kids at the hospital, and that part's, you know, sort of a private moment. That's not a public facing event, but it's important to share because that's, again, like I said, our best time. Am I flickering with some signal there?
Yeah, it was flickering for a second, but it's all good now.
Okay.
I thought you were going into the Matrix. I wasn't sure.
You know what? It was that club vibe that we were talking about earlier. Yeah. The Matrix. But then Saturday night we do a party and a show. Lots of VIP opportunities, meet and greets throughout the weekend and things. But Saturday night we wrap things up with a big show and a party, and it's like a variety show. There's comedy, music, other fun antics that you'll learn about. It's pretty amazing. Yeah, and that's when we do the big reveal of the number of what we've raised just for this weekend's event.
So how long did it take to go from like the sort of, because it all sort of started with the poker tournament, like you had mentioned, right? The celebrity poker tournament. So how long did it take to go from that to sort of what it is now? Because I mean, now you know, it's baseball stadium, huge ordeal, whole town or whole city's involved. Like it's pretty awesome now.
What did it take? Insanity and passion, I think, is what it took. But so we did a poker tournament for the first few years, and then year 3 we really decided. Was it year 3? They all sort of melt together. But I want to say it could have been year 4. We realized that poker is a very segmented opportunity for a lot of people. There's not a lot of public facing opportunity to fundraise and be a part of it. So we went for a little more family friendly. So we turned our poker tournament into a bowling tournament. So we've had a bowling tournament Saturday afternoon for many years. If you're from Kansas City, it's been out at Pinstripes at the Prairie Fire area, just this beautiful, beautiful area in Kansas City. And so we've done a bowling tournament there, but this is the first year we're actually not doing bowling, simply from the perspective of when we had to make a decision on what we could do for 2022. COVID was still very much on the forefront of things, and just from a health and safety reason, we chose not to have that many people in such a tight space. So we did not do the bowling tournament this year. So
that's all right.
That was several years in.
You have done a lot leading up to this to raise money for this event. So it's not just buy your ticket and call it a day. There's there's limited edition merch. There's regular merch. There's a silent auction. Can we talk about all these things individually? Like, let's talk about the auction first. That's like the newest thing I've seen, and I think it's kind of exciting.
Yeah. So we have an online auction, and we also have some auction items that we put into the show or throughout the evening on Saturday. And one of the things that we pride ourselves on is really tapping into the uniqueness. One other unique aspect of our event is our hosts and our celebrity, our guests who attend. So they live in their day jobs are a lot different, than most of ours. And so we really tap into the experiences that they can offer to us. So our auction, we have an online auction, and then we'll do live auction items. And those are really experiential based on things you can't buy. So for example, we've done in the past things like, going to a movie premiere, experiencing the red carpet, going to the premiere and the premiere after party, and having a, private lunch or meet and greet with one of the hosts or celebrities that are in that movie or that production. But our online auction is incredible. There's still some amazing things in there that you can't just buy. A lunch with Kat McNamara, or Chris Daughtry, a longtime friend of Big Slick, is offering to fly two of you to any show on his tour, includes airfare, hotel, meet and greet. So we have a lot of great things like that on the online auction. So, and that's open until Saturday at 9. So, and anything we're talking about, bigslickkc.org is the place you would go for everything. But that's where you'll get the link to our online auction and our merch and tickets and event info.
I think that's
Mandy,
really
Alan
cool.
Letson wants to know what others in the industry can do to help, if anything.
That's amazing. Well, that's actually a really perfect tie into. It's like you set that up, like a very good segue into our online store. We actually have an online store where we have we've curated a ton of merch through a lot of industry partners. And David Schultz, who's no stranger to industry insider in the promo industry, and he works on Big Slick as well. He's our social media chair. And then we have Joan Charbonneau, who is Perfect Promo. She's also very much involved in it. So between us, we really reached out to our resources in the promo industry and our friends and said, hey, can you help? So I don't know how many times I reached out to Meg and like, oh God, I've got this other thing. Hey, I've got this thing. And Meg, being the generous heart and megaphone for SNS, was really, really instrumental in helping us with some of our t-shirts. So we do have a lot of industry promo friends. So we've got SNS, HPG, Tervis Promo, Outdoor Cap, and Sticker U, Sanmar, some really great industry suppliers helping us with our merch. But really everything that we do is based on raising as much money as we can for the hospital. So Alan, in answer to your question, bidding on things on the online auction, buying the merch on the store, or making just a straight donation to the hospital through Big Slick. We don't have anybody within the Big Slick community that takes a paycheck. We are 100% volunteers. So every dollar that we raise, 100% of it goes to the hospital. So, yeah. And then, of course, sharing all of our social media posts and commenting and tagging and all of that, just getting some more awareness is always great too.
And I really like this shirt. So I think we should talk about this shirt because I think this is really cool. So every year you guys put out this limited edition, you kind of started this whole limited edition t-shirt craze in our industry, yeah. I feel like. So
yes.
Here is the one that Mandy and I are wearing. So it has the heart with the KC on it. You can actually get that by going to bigslickkc.org, and off to the right, it does have that limited edition option. It is $100, but 100% of the proceeds go to Children's Mercy Hospital. And this is something that, Mandy and I, being on the Promo Cares Board, and Mandy in general, has been doing a lot, is leveraging promo to raise money for these good causes, which is really exciting. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the history of this t-shirt, Mandy?
Yeah, so anybody that's ever listened to anything I've said when we talk about fundraising, the two most powerful words in fundraising are limited edition. So everybody has a little bit of FOMO in some way. You want the cool thing everybody else has. And if it's something of value and can help others, you don't want to miss out. And, promo t-shirts, and especially promo t-shirts that help others, that's one of my love languages. So I have stacks of promo t-shirts that I love. But we have this partnership with Charlie Hustle, which is they're iconic here in Kansas City. Their logo is the Heart KC logo, which you see all around. We partnered with them now. This is our 7th year doing these shirts. So we just, it's amazing. I'm on the verge of just this powerful emotion coming over me. But we have raised, in the last 10 years, we have raised over $600,000 on these t-shirts alone.
Wow.
It's incredible. So to say it's just a t-shirt, it can make a huge difference. So this year we just broke 1,000 sold. So we have more than $100,000 will be coming to the hospital based on these t-shirts alone. They are $100. Basically, you're making a $100 donation to the hospital and you'll get this t-shirt. So we don't have an unlimited amount. I know, to be one of 1,000 doesn't seem very limited, but it is very limited because once we are done with that number, we're done and you can't get these again. And I say that, I was showing these earlier. Like I said, this is our 7th year doing it. So here are the collector's shirts from the last 6 years. And each year it's within, the color palette that we're going with, our motif. So it's pretty special to have that. And what's really fun is you'll see people around town. You're like, hey, the shirt, you're wearing the shirt. So it's pretty amazing. But so we're over $500,000 on our way to what is that? $750,000 just on t-shirts, and that's not even including our online store that we have. So that's just the limited edition t-shirt. So we also have, like I said, that online store where we're selling, and I happen to have just a couple of items here. So I've got my big slick hat. I've got my hoodie. I've got my.
That looks like a belly canvas hoodie.
Yes, is it $37.39 or $30? I think it's one of my favorites. But and we try and we put the fun in fundraising. So Slick happens. We have that. We just there's so many great things on there. Like I said, I mentioned Turvis Promo, one of our partners. So you can see just useful merch with great messaging. That isn't just the logo, even though the logo is really fun to have. Great messaging, power of it that just lets you know you're part of like that little kind of secret handshake club that you got this powerful thing. So yeah.
Oh, I thought maybe it came with a little card that gave you the secret handshake when you bought it.
I don't know if you just saw. I don't know if you just saw David's comment when you said that, but if not, you guys are incredibly in sync because you just posted the Big Slick limited edition tee equals the Big Slick secret handshake.
Well, there you go. I guess we kind of
That's
share
hysterical.
We are in that week of Big Slick too, where we operate on power bars and apologies to our clients and kids because we're so focused on this that we'll actually within our committee we'll call each other. It might be like 11:30, and you don't even launch into the whole. I'm so sorry that it's so late. You're just like, hey, did you get that thing on the list? Okay, thanks. Bye. There's no context leading up to it, and it's not weird this week that we're calling each other all so late at night. So yeah, we're all in sync. Yeah.
One of the other things that I think is really cool, aside from everything that you guys have done, it's watching this industry because it's not an industry-powered event, right? It's not like we're going to like a Phyllis meeting or a Halo meeting or a Commons meeting. We're going to Big Slick, but you have a plethora of promo mofos coming to this, which I literally cannot wait to see everybody. It's been almost 3 years for me. I mean, I've seen you and a couple others, but like I am so excited, and it's just a really good time seeing this industry come together to support you, to support this cause, and all of it. It's just pretty amazing.
Well, really thank you. Well, it's right out of the band together. Play card there that Danny Rosen with their event that they put together, a whole group of people obviously have nothing but love and adoration for Danny and want to support his caring heart and his event. I think the last time I saw you, that's where we were when we were there in October. So again, it's humbling for us to have people want to come in and support this. So I'm amazed at how many people are dedicating their time and their, the funds and away from their kids for airfare, hotel, and just to be a part of this weekend. It is really, really special to see it. I mean, there are so many amazing fundraising events. And, I was talking to somebody who's new to the Big Slick crew this year from the Royal side. And we were talking about, we have celebrities that come in that they're always asked to do something like, hey, I'm doing this thing that Paul asked me to do. He does this thing. He asked me to join this year. Sure, I'll come in. I'll do it for Paul. And then when they go to the hospital, you see that switch go off and they're like, this is why we're doing it. And everybody is so fully invested at that point. So you guys have all heard us talk about this big slick. We've got these t-shirts. We're doing this thing. It's really great. But once you experience it, I think it's a different perspective to experience it in person. It's just truly special. And I'm not saying that because I have anything to do with it. I still feel this way and get the chills. And I'm so humbled and that I get to be a part of it. And all the neat stuff that's unique with the celebrity aspect of it, yeah, that's super cool and fun. But that's not what makes us do this. That's not the passion behind it. And that's not what we love the most. It's the kids and the families. And I can't impress it enough that it's all about them. Everything we do is how can we give the most money to the hospital and how can we help these families who are going through just these dark times. So, yeah. So thank you for coming in. I can't wait to see you.
Meg, a couple things. Meg, there was a few things that you had sort of listed off the auction, the shirts, and things like that. Was there anything else that you wanted to go over before we?
I don't think so. I think it was it. I mean, she talked about the events, the online auction, the T-shirt. I think that's it. And then the hospital. I'm just so excited to be a part of it this year and experience it firsthand. And I don't know. I'm just so excited. That's all. But I'm always so excited. So who knows?
Awesome.
Very cool. Steven, you have any other questions or anything to add?
No, I was distracted because I was looking at the auction items. I was like, karaoke and cocktails with Dustin Colquitt. I was like, how cool would that be? It's like there's some fun. There's some fun items on there. There's really, really cool stuff, and I think it's so true. It's easy to look at all the fun things and lose the purpose of it. But as soon as you get involved and you show up, it's when I've done things like that, it's like, okay, I'm worried about all the logistics and worried about this. And then it's just like, oh, that doesn't really matter. Like it's always the leverage to build the event to make it better. And you guys have done such a great job at that. And it shows. I mean, branding's amazing. The stuff you guys are doing is awesome. And I have FOMO. So it's working. So
you'll join us next year.
There you go. Yeah.
It is pretty amazing. Like I said, our guys are in a very unique industry, and so they have very unique Rolodexes of people they can call. But it's amazing to see the caliber of people who, and I say caliber people that you just wouldn't think would want to come to Kansas City to do this thing that they don't know anything about. But we, in 2019, we had Alex Lifeson from Rush. He came in. This year we've got Cheryl Crow. She's performing. We've had just so many amazing people. We have so many great alumni that come back every year. That just really, it's like Big Slick summer camp is really what it is. It's
That's
like we
fun.
just have gone through this incredible weekend together, and on Sunday we're like, oh, okay, I'll see you next year. It's that sad, bittersweet feeling we get at the end, and then we'll see you next year. So
I want to know how many side wagers there are in that softball game going out on that field.
Well, there would have to be athleticism first. So there would be that aspect of it. There has to be some actual sport happening. But
That's awesome.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you
All
so
right.
much,
Well,
Mandy.
Yeah, definitely go check it out for sure. I'm super excited to get down there at some point in time as well. I know we talked about it just before the pandemic, and then it had to go virtual. So, I'm excited. Steven, maybe we'll go together next year.
I would love that. We've got family in that area, so it makes it easier.
Welcome one and all. We'd love to have you. It'd be awesome.
Very
Maybe we'll go out on a Wednesday and do the podcast live from there. Something fun.
Oh, all right. I see future plans 2023.
Yeah.
I mean, let's put it on the books.
All right.
I love it. All right. Into my
Until
little
next
world.
year.
All right,
Thank
guys.
you
Well,
for having
definitely.
me. Thank you.
Of course, it was awesome to have you. Thank you for coming, especially the day before the event. Like you said, I know it's a nice mental break for you, but at the same time, I'm sure it's going to be chaotic before and after. So, thanks for the time. But look, this episode was brought to you by our good friends over at promoshow.com. Summer's here, and Promo Show is showing everyone how to step outside in this month's themed show. So join us on Tuesday, June 28th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern time to see that all of your favorite great outdoor apparel suppliers Distributors can register by clicking on the Stepping Outdoors banner at promoshow.com, and suppliers can reach out to sales at PromoShow. If you need help reserving a booth, there will be education, entertainment, giveaways throughout the day. So be sure to check them out on June 28th between 11 and 3 p.m. Eastern. Distributors go to promoshow.com, click on that Stepping Outdoors banner to register, and then suppliers email sales at promocorner.com. If you're interested in getting a booth, promoshow.com, the entire industry virtually. Meg, Stephen, Mandy, thank you guys so much. It was a pleasure doing this episode with you, and we'll see you next time. Take care, guys.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Promo Corner's Industry Insider. For more great content from industry thought leaders, including podcasts, blogs, and videos, visit promocorner.com.